Great Mother, Holy Spirit, Yin, Divine Mother, Cosmic Womb, Deep Space, the Moon, Dark Matter, the Void, the Black Hole, Hathor, Isis, Diana, Mami Ishtar, Kali, Mammy, and Mother Mary. Well, welcome to Great Mother Speaks. I'm Tammy Taylor, your manifestation muse, and today we're talking about...
Welcome to the Mama Drama Trauma Healing Oracle Deck podcast. We're going to do something really special today, and I'm really excited because the podcast is to do readings from the deck, and we have a live reading. Well, it's pre-recorded, but hey, full disclosure, it's a goddess I know. It's a goddess I know has had the deck and it just has a question, which is what we do. You know, we ask the deck questions that we have about how to forgive and stop living mama drama trauma, which is a mouthful, but it is also a fulfilling life as we learn to do it with Great Mother. Great Mother Speaks is the podcast you want to listen to for a deeper dive into the meaning behind the reading. So might want to go ahead and subscribe to both, because we're just going to do the reading here with the goddess today. And like I said, if you want your own deck to do your own readings, hey, go to mamadramatrauma.info. We have a lot of really cool stuff there to support this healing journey, which is just about honoring a soul contract that we have this lifetime with a soul that deeply loves us. And this soul also has a soul contract with her mother, who deeply loves her, whether here, gone, transitioned, whatever. It's a cycle. Mama drama trauma is a cycle. And if we have it, of course, mama has it, and mama had it. The only way it stops is if we stop it. We break the cycle. Okay, so that's what this is all about, breaking the cycle. And working with Great Mother, the mother of all mothers, the still small voice of the Holy Spirit, to guide us to that part of us within the yin, the intuitive space that is healthy, happy, and whole. That's our soul contract, to evolve in self-love and spiritual independence. Our soul contract with Mama Drama Trauma is to evolve in self-love and spiritual independence. We're all here to evolve. We're all here to grow. And that is the specific nature and contractual terms of this soul contract. It is a soul contract. And so in honoring that as the divine child we are, we take responsibility as gods and goddesses, as painful as it is from this side of the experience, and we trust our angels, guides, ancestors, Great Mother Spirit team to support us through this. That's what's supposed to happen. It's not just for the few of us. You got to be special and everything. You do, however, have to be ready, willing, and able. You have to be ready at a place in your life where you're just sick and tired of being sick and tired. You have to be willing to do the work, because it is effort. It's a lot of effort. It's a lot of focus. It's a lot of reflection. And when you have a tool like the Mama Drama Trauma Healing Deck to work with, you can feel progress. And again, as challenging as it may be, that's better than not having any at all. And then we also have to be able. So we're going to kind of dive into that with the live readings. Get a reading of your own. Hey, they're starting to line up, but you can go to Facebook and DM me your question, or Instagram Mama Drama Trauma. With no further delay, here is our first live reading with the Mama Drama Trauma Healing Oracle Deck. I'm really, really excited. Thank you very much. It's an honor. Did you, in relation to the question that you have about your career, get a chance to see the YouTube video?
No.
Okay, I did for the first time, I don't know how long, a Great Mother Speaks video for the moon signs. There was just 2 videos, all Scorpio to Pisces and then Aries to Libra, 2 videos. And I believe, if I'm not mistaken, your moon sign is Pisces?
Yes.
Okay, so that would be in the video Aries to Pisces. So you would be, I'm sorry, not Aries to Pisces, but Scorpio to Pisces. And whatever she says in addition to what she says now might fill in some blanks for you.
Right.
Yeah. So that's just FYI if you have any remaining questions after this reading,
Okay.
Yeah, that there are moon sign readings there specifically because we have a lunar eclipse coming up on the 26th in Scorpio, which is your 4th house of the mother.
Right.
Comfort, security, and transformation, which you've already been undergoing a lot of transformation since Saturn went into Capricorn, January 2020. We all have, but you really have been going through a lot of transformation. And so this is a transformational eclipse. If you think about the December eclipse, if you can remember, I know that might be a little challenging. So much is going on and has gone on. But December 18th, I want to say. It may be the 11th. It's a week there, 7 days I might be off there. That was the solar eclipse, okay, in Scorpio. This is going to be the lunar eclipse 6 months after. And so if you can think of, in the middle of December, what was coming up for you in your life.
Well, I would say it was a reoccurring old pattern, including probably like not just my mother, but my whole family unit, which is where I don't know how to say that. I have a lot of stuff there, so that was coming up because we were, I am one of 7 children, so there's many kids, and about half of us were gonna meet up and spend time with my mother, and like 3 or 4 of us have kids, so our kids, and I know that my brain was like planning every escape route, planning how it was all gonna go down, making sure that I even went on Google Maps to see how long it would take me to walk from where we were going to congregate back home. And because I was in a car accident, right? So I've had really bad PTSD and like anxiety. Like I didn't even know what it was. So all these things are new to me. So during that time, when we finally congregated, right, which would have been probably around the 20th of December, I manifested like shortness of breath, asthma, bronchitis, whatever you want to call it. But I know it was my anxiety manifesting to a whole different level.
And that was happening mid-December last year?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So that's what you remember was coming up for you. And, okay, this lunar eclipse is going to be kind of like a recap of that, and it's going to change. It's going to be a big shift in that energy that was going on. Whatever came up for you during the eclipse season, when the lunar eclipse comes in that same sign, there's going to be a huge change with regard to that issue with the lunar eclipse, because lunar eclipses are volcanic purges. And again, that YouTube video goes specifically into the effects of the lunar eclipse, but that's what's coming up for you. There's this purging, this volcanic need to release, and so you are consciously working with the deck today to release. And so I want to really thank you because you are a goddess who is familiar with working with it, or you have the deck. Have you had a chance to work with it with issues that are outside of mama drama trauma? But that's always
No,
with us. But
not yet, because I'm like still integrating the deck. So I touch it, I play with it, but I don't feel, no, I have not necessarily worked with it because it, okay, I have worked with it, but I only like once or twice, and it's just taken me so kind of into a vortex of stuff rather than feeling like, I know the cards. I feel like I'm adding more and more, if that makes sense.
that you're adding more and more what?
Understanding.
Okay, so you're just kind of
I've done
taking
3
doses.
cards. I've done a 3-card spread.
Okay, that it doesn't matter how many cards, like you said, it can really take you really deep. And so I'm just letting everybody know that for the first live reading, full disclosure, you have the deck, you have worked with it, and you have your own experience. And so this is letting us know what your experience has been working with the deck. And you say that it has taken you deeper. It takes you into a vortex. I think that's what you said.
Yes.
Tell us about the vortex. What is the...
So I feel very connected with the idea of the chakras, right? And so when I'm reading, or I should say, I feel like I'm just learning about the deck. And so it's like every single of those, cards, I feel like, they always have a pattern together. So even if I pick, the root chakra and the throat chakra, and then if they're all different colors, then I like have this whole understanding, and I don't know, my brain just wants to put a lot of meaning and understanding to that. And then on top of it, right, there are all these beautiful gods and goddesses who are from different parts of the world. So then this is the vortex that I get into. And then I think about, there's different chakras. The different chakras are associated to different parts of the world as well. And so I look all these things up, and
Wow.
And that's why I say it takes me into a vortex. It's not just what you've said, what I'm learning from you. I'm also reading all these other...
Of course, that's the intention of the deck. I prayed for Great Mother to download something that would take this work outside of my story and be a universal application for everybody to find their own connection to her. And that's what she gave us, is this deck. And so I'm just as excited as you are hearing your story of how you were connecting with Great Mother, because that's the journey. It's the going within, and it's just delving within. And of course, with the Pisces moon, with Revati Nakshatra, that is something that is not only second nature, but on a soul level, that is the deepest you can go. Revati is the last nakshatra in the sign of Pisces. And that's as deep as you go until there's an actual rebirth. I mean, that you can't go any further than that. That's the extent of the cosmos that we know so far, after 6,000 years of studying the zodiac, know it to be. And that's what you have. And so, yeah, that's interesting to hear somebody with that cosmic calculus talk about the journey that the Mama Drama Trauma Healing Oracle deck has for you. And so what was coming up for you was MDT at that time. And so now, tell me what's coming up for us. I didn't get a chance to charge my phone, so I have like 25% on it. I think that at last is just fine, but I just want you to know, right now, what's coming up for you? What's coming up for you that you want, that you can just ask, what does Great Mother want me to know about fill in the blank?
Well, I'm thinking about my career.
Mm-hmm.
My accident, I mean, we want to talk about big things. I mean, it has just, hurricaned my life, my brain, everything. So it's been really, really challenging for me to distinguish, that like where my ego, my brain wants to just hijack everything and what I'm really feeling, because, I've been suffering so much from this whole PTSD and anxiety. I feel very lost.
What is this about the ego and the mind hijacking the whole what? What is that?
Well, it's like I just so easily go into this anxiety. I don't know how.
Okay.
I'm learning what I'm going through myself, if that makes sense. So I'm just using words that, other people are telling me that this is what's happening to me.
Oh. Because I was about to say from the perspective that we use the deck from Divinity Identity, I am a dearly loved divine child of the Great Mother, Father God, who's never judged, condemned, or left alone. You're right. The language of anxiety is okay, and you read the definition, and it's so accurate, right? The thing about working with Great Mother energy, especially at the depths that you work with it, Goddess, it's more, what is this feeling telling me? Because that definition, anxiety, it's caused by this and this and that, is that definition, like you said, that does have the ego and all of these loaded terms, hijacking and so even just thinking in those terms is re-traumatizing in many ways. And so that's why, she also gave us, this orientation when we are not feeling loved. We say that we are dearly loved. And when we're not feeling loved, our go-to is always, I am a dearly loved divine child of the Great Mother, Father God, who's never judged, condemned, or left alone, because that allows us to feel whatever's happening in that moment in a way that is more able to say, what is this feeling trying to tell me? What's going on here? You've taken some time to process a lot. You're processing a lot. And if we talk about worldly definition, we look at IT, and we look at all the gadgets we have. There's only so much memory and storage that, we even have, And so that compassion is where it's at in terms of being able to do that very necessary process that you have to do with that kind of deep analytical processing you do. You can easily be overloaded. And especially you have a traumatic event that comes, oh Lord, a lot of that stuff just needs to be flushed,
Yes. And luckily, and I'm doing my absolute everything to do that. And
okay.
I've been on this journey.
That's what I'm saying. That's how I can tell. You've been processing a lot, even outside of the accident, which has been traumatic, and a hurricane certainly is, since mid-December, not even 6 months ago yet. We're coming up on the lunar eclipse on the 26th, but you've been processing that experience as well with your family and your mother and being re-traumatized in that situation. And so, yes, you've been doing your work. And so what is it that you want to ask Great Mother? And we'll share the reading with our listeners. What is it that you want to know, Goddess?
I want to know about my career. If I should be guided to complete change, or yeah, that's how, I guess, how and if I should change my career.
Okay, what I see coming up here with Great Mother, what is it that I need to know about my career? Do I need to make a complete shift? What is it that in this energetic uncertainty that I have, what is this feeling telling me? What is it that I need clarity, balance, and confirmation about as it relates to my career, my life's work? What's coming up for you in the center of our 9-card spread is Coventina, the heart chakra, waxing moon card, purify, detox, reset. And what this is saying is that your soul wants to work on purifying its experience through you as you. It's incarnated as you, and right now, as it relates to this question, life's work that it is going to energize you to do because it came here to experience health, happiness, wholeness, its full expression. Of course, it's concerned about that and wants to be aligned with you, and that's what you're feeling. You're feeling this alignment and this question, and the question is because you are going through a purification, and it might feel like a death, because what's above Coventina is resurrection, the Christ consciousness card, which is also waxing gibbous. Waxing gibbous is the revisional moon. So we have revision of the soul. There's revision above that of the throat, the higher will, this purification. The soul wants to just reflect on everything that it has been doing as you, through you, as a career. And it's purifying that experience in its heart and really seeing what the value of all of the things and the jobs that you've had and the things that you've loved and all of the things that you have really not been in full integrity about, and releasing those things and purging those things and allowing yourself to do so from a place of divinity identity. Of course, that's what the Christ consciousness is. It came here to teach us grace and mercy, that we are joint heirs with him as a son of God, literally S-U-N. This great soul shining through your body, through this higher will of your throat chakra, and so it's a death process. And so what she wants you to know is that this is more of not so much the outer manifestation of knowing and understanding what that exact thing or that career is. That will come to you. That's the easy part. That's the easy part. What she's saying right now is, in the shadow of this, there needs to be an acknowledgement of how what you haven't enjoyed in the past has related to MDT, because you have the MDT card in the shadow position. Acknowledge. This is the balsamic moon card. Acknowledge. And so resurrection is balsamic and acknowledges balsamic. That's the last moon phase before the new moon. And so there's this, you are purging, and that's why it feels so painful, because you're letting go of so much. That took so much courage for you to assert what your needs were back in December with your family. But you did, you acknowledged the MDT. That root chakra is raw. Those are those blood ties. And when we acknowledge that that has been traumatized, that we need to eject in order to self-preserve, it's painful. And what you're wanting, Great Mother is saying, the soul is really, you know, you are wanting to be ready, willing, and able to plant a new seed of joy, a new seed of happiness with the Hattar new moon card in the second chakra. Willing, ready, and able. You are ready, willing, and able to move forward, even though this is difficult. And so that's why she's saying it's not so much defining exactly what the title of the position is or even where it will be. There's so much stuff going on and changing now, you don't know where you're going to be and what you're going to be doing. All you're doing right now, Great Mother is saying, is you're getting your energies where they need to be to attract what your soul really wants. And you've been doing all this work to purify all of that dirt and grime and toxicity that has sabotaged you, so that that can come clearly. And so you don't have to worry about that, because what's helping you is also second chakra energy of the Adi Shakti card. And this card is the waning gibbous energy of that release after the full moon. Waking dreams. Are you having a lot of waking dreams now? Like daydreams that aren't what you initiate, but are just kind of being downloaded to you?
I would say yes, but I would say I'm also so overwhelmed that I don't, like I can't focus on anything.
But they are coming.
They are. I think. Yes.
They're coming to help you. They're coming to help you with your willingness to move forward. And what she means by help is they're coming to you in this really kind of gentle, loving way that it's okay for you to release. It's okay for you to let go. It's okay for you to forgive, and at the same time acknowledge what your needs are, because in the position of your ego soul alignment is the Isis root chakra card, self-mothering. And so there's this full moon energy of self-mothering, and Adi Shakti is wanting to help you with these waking dreams. And so would you say the waking dreams are things that may be, I sense that they feel like a distraction, but maybe it's because they are giving you things to do or focuses to have that you don't feel you have the energy to do, but you would want to do?
Yes. They're usually always water related. Even just swimming or seeing water.
That makes sense. Second chakra is ruled by Jupiter, which rules Pisces again. So you're having this Pisces moon, lunar, water, emotional energy that is wanting to wash over you and mother you, and giving you ideas about how to do that. And that's easy to do, Goddess, where you live with the water. But it doesn't feel like it because there's some stuff that needs to be released to make room for what is going to support you.
I've had this, somebody vocalized it as, a grieving process. And when you said, I have a death, it kind of reminded me, everything that I've been going through. But it's so new.
Mm-hmm.
Everything is just so new. So, I just got all emotional again while you were talking. And
yeah, that's the water. Let it go. What does a good mother say to her baby? That's okay. It's okay. It's okay. And just let you cry. It's okay. That's right. Let it out. Let it out. It's going to be all right. And even if you just kind of pat yourself and hold yourself and just kind of pat your other arm, and just tell yourself, it's okay. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay, little goddess. It's okay, little goddess. And just, that's the self-mothering. That is what heals those uprooting experiences that are so traumatizing, is watering ourselves with that kind of emotion, because the scars from the abrasive emotion is healed with that kind of balm. And so the reason why your soul is doing this purification is to reset itself in its victory over all of this. Because in your position of why your soul wants to do this work is set in the crescent moon, second chakra card of victim or victor. And so we know it's victor because you've been doing the work. Our work is always rewarded. Always. Always. Rarely when we want it to be rewarded, and even sometimes how. But if it's not how we want to be rewarded, it's always better than anything we could have imagined. And it's not if not when we want to reward it, it's always exactly when it needs to be. And we know that, but we don't want to know that because we want it now. We want it now. And the thing is, we can have it now. It's a matter of shifting our mindset to align with that reality. And so that's why it's so important that the mindset at the bare minimum is the Free Spirit's Creed, divinity identity, because it's such an important practice. In Vedic astrology, they have the mantras, and they're always mantras that you chant 108 times or 1,008 times. And why is that? Because it's a practice of training the mind to align with the energy of that frequency of that mantra that plays throughout the celestial bodies to get us to that vibratory level. It takes that, and we have to do it. It's not going to be done for us. And so this mindset process that is shifting you into your career is one of the victor. Every day you waking up and you being victorious. I saw on Instagram the other day this dude. I didn't know who he was, but apparently he's some football, some athlete, and he has a show. Have you seen it?
No.
It's this dude, I don't know his name, but I think he's out of Atlanta, and he's got a podcast, and every single one of his posts on Instagram is, I'm blessed, I'm gonna be blessed, I'm always blessed. I'm fly, I'm gonna be fly, I'm always fly. It's like, don't even trip, and it's true.
Strong mantra.
Yeah. And however you want, however you want to say it or do it, we have that frequency, and that frequency begins to seek us. For me, it showed up like, it's like, it's taken, I don't know how long, golly, it takes how long it takes. But I'm just learning how to embody this loving energy. I'm just learning. I'm not saying I do. I am just now really learning how to do it at 51 and how to embody it. But in order to embody it, we have to receive it. We can't embody something that we don't receive. And so we have to receive the love. And I'm only now able to receive it. And it's good if you can identify what that victim block is for you, because then it'll be easier for you to walk in the victor. I, for so many years, was willing. I was ready, but I wasn't able. I wasn't able because I wasn't able to receive. And the reason I wasn't able to receive as far as my career and my life work is because the core victim belief that I held on to for dear life, like it was my mother, because the relationship was so messed up, we'll hold on to things even if it's toxic, but it's unconscious. But I'm telling you, to save you the years, if you can locate what that belief is that makes you sabotage yourself. Mine was, I thought I was a bother. I was a bother because whenever I wanted to talk about spiritual things or deep things, it was, who did I think I was? I was trying to be smarter than everybody else. You know, who did I think I was? And I had a core belief that what I had to share wasn't worth anything. And so for years, I didn't charge. For years, I didn't really believe it myself. I had to prove it and prove it and prove it and prove it and prove it, even though people were telling me, oh, this has helped me so much. You know, I've healed from this, you know, and this and whatever. It wasn't good enough because I had a core belief that was sabotaging me at every turn. They don't really mean that. You know, they're just saying that. Deep down, they don't believe that I'm worthy. They really aren't listening to me. They're just being polite, you know? And I believed that myself. Even though I was ready, even despite being told that, I was courageous enough to pursue the career anyway and to trust my spiritual voice and all of that. But I wasn't developing the kind of clientele or the kind of career that I wanted for me to be healthy, happy, and whole. You know, I could just, you know what I'm saying? And so...
Yes, I do. And it's interesting that you say that because today, I think I was listening to a book about love, and it made me believe, and something that kind of came up that resonated was like, I don't even know what I want because I'm just pleasing everybody else. I don't even know what I love. I don't even know
Right.
what I want to do. What do I want to do?
Now, you want to use that ability.
Opportunity.
You want to use that ability to, now that you've acknowledged that. See, because that's in your shadow position, acknowledging the mama drama trauma, that people pleasing, to be protected, to be safe, to get some modicum of love and attention, that people pleasing has gotten out of whack. And so that's telling you, since that's the first thing that came up, you can, as a divine child, redirect that falling in that direction. And just like you get deep into the deck and you're working with the oracle deck and everything like that, get deep into why is that blocking you, and keep asking, doing the self-inquiry to get to the core belief. Why are you people pleasing?
Yeah, I'll have to work on that.
Yeah, ask yourself, why am I allowing this need, this compelling need to please others, to dictate my life, even when I don't want to do it, even when I really need the time and the resources myself? Why am I allowing this to drive my life and to drive my focus to the point where I have no focus? And this is from the perspective of a dearly loved divine child of the great Mother, Father God, who's never judged. You're never condemned or left alone. And so the question comes from that space. Why am I allowing this? I know I have the power to focus on whatever I want to focus on. I'm divine. I know I have the power to put my attention and my beliefs wherever I want it. And so, what kind of trip is this that I'm on? Let me observe this. What's going on here? Because I'm about to flip the switch on it as soon as I find it. That's what's about to happen, but I gotta find a switch.
Like that. I'm about to switch on this.
Yeah, yeah. Hey, as soon as I find it, that's exactly what's about to happen, but I gotta find it first. And so we know you're a victor. That's why you're doing the purification work, because you're looking for it. You're looking for that switch. But now we've brought it up to the surface, right? Because Great Mother has been sending you these waking dreams, and that's what they help us do. They help us bring our true divine needs and desires and our true divine attitudes about things to the surface. I want to get out in that water. I want to just wade in the water. I want to just, cry for a while. I want to just, and just lets us self-mother ourselves into that loving space of being victorious in our own divinity, our own unique selves, and just shine. And we know that because in the position of how your soul wants to do this purification work is the Moses gut chakra live the law card. It's first quarter moon energy, which is all about facing challenges, making a decision to face a challenge, that first quarter moon. We know that you're ready to do that. We know that with a little self-inquiry, which is the second chakra, and you have 3 second chakra cards. Hatar, the new moon, willing, ready, and able, in the position of what you want to be ready. You are ready. In the position of what's supporting you, Adi Shakti is second chakra. Waning crescent, taking from the full awareness that self-mothering is needed from these waking dreams, that you are the victor. Even despite the victimhood of people pleasing. So how does the soul want to do this reset? Living the law of Moses, trusting your gut, deciding to face whatever challenges come up as a result of allowing yourself to be aware of the truth, allowing yourself to live by your own truth. Giving yourself permission to be reborn. All your angels, guides, and ancestors are waiting at the pond, waiting at the watering hole, just beckoning you into the water for that baptismal, rebirth. And you're ready, you're willing, you're able. And the most likely outcome as a result is gut chakra new moon energy of Durga. Boundaries. So you're going to be moving into setting up boundaries about what's okay and what's not okay. Consciously transforming these fears that you have around your career and what happened, when it happened, how is it going to happen, and all of this. Allowing yourself to have boundaries around all of that chaos, that emotional chaos.
That's big for me. I didn't even know what boundaries were until I was like 35.
And what are they?
Well, they're my limits. I get to have limits. I get to say what I like, and when I don't like, I get to say no. And I didn't even know that was a concept. Because that whatever my hardcore beliefs about my existence and life was so deep of not even acknowledging my own self, but everyone else who supposedly needed me.
Well, that's the mama drama trauma condition. It's the cycle, it's the way the machine works, and it works without a hitch until our screws get loose. It's already loose, it's already broken, but somehow, because we're divine, we get to create whatever we want. And we create these broken cycles. And you said no back in December. I'm not going to participate in this the way I have in the past. I'm going to set some boundaries. And the gut chakra is ruled by Mars, which rules Scorpio. And so Great Mother's coming through very powerfully at the end of your reading, Goddess, with Moses, gut chakra, first quarter moon energy of live the law, as above, so below. And Durga, new moon energy of boundaries. This is your bounty, your boon for this lunar eclipse. And so you'll be feeling this as you have the last 6 months, the next 6 months going forward. And so I would be anticipating within the next year and a half, for there to be a great deal of clarity about your career and where you're going and what you're doing as you continue this work. This lunar eclipse is going to clarify a lot of things for you over the summer, and it's just going to be a part of this natural cycle of purification. That's the priority right now. Okay, Goddess, the priority right now is this purification process. And if you've ever gone through a healing process before, we know that it takes time, and you're not alone. All of us on the planet are going through it right now.
No.
We are all going through that. Yeah, and so this is the one for you as it relates to your career. Yeah, those boundaries are going to be really, really clear. And you're going to be setting them. You're going to be defining them to set them up and maintaining them. And as you become more skilled at that, more things that you do want are going to be attracted to you because you will have the energy. Just like the mantras, your daily practice through your actions, your thoughts, and your words, your divinity identity prayer, your assertion of, I'm blessed, I'm always blessed, I'm going to be blessed, I'm loved. Oh, this feels horrible. Why is this feeling coming up? I don't want to feel this way, but what is it here to show me? Because that's how I'm going to disempower it.
I feel like this is the first time I really felt like reassured by all this crying that I do. I'm an emotional person, but that doesn't mean I cry every day all the time, which I have been doing, since my accident and all this healing and hearing this, and just like being reminded of the emotions and just like the fact that I was saying that I have these visions or thoughts about different things in the water and just I guess the cleansing or the hero, the victim and hero understanding, and the fact that I'm grieving. I don't know, it just kind of it feels, I don't know, just more reassuring, because when when what I call episodes, they just feel, like I know they're not going to be forever, but there is that kind of sensation or feeling when it happens.
It feels like it'll never go away, but it's just getting your attention, sweetheart. That's how it knows how to get your attention. Great mothers, our emotions, our intuition, and as long as we can receive those, and it is a daily practice because it just rolls up on us, and we'll be triggered about something, and the neural nets and the synapses in the brain are reacting the way they always have, and we're having to remind ourselves, okay, that is, biophysically, that's that icky feeling in my gut. But let me reset here for a second and align with my soul, who's wanting to go through this purification and detox process. Okay, I forgot for a minute, but I'm back. Help me process this. What does this mean? And you will find those waking dreams coming through with what you need to know to keep it pushing happily, healthily, and in a holy way that you feel your divinity identity more and more and more. You feel dearly loved. You don't feel judged. You feel less and less condemned. You feel less and less lonely. So this is,
I'm hearing it. I'm hearing it.
oh, this is awesome. This is awesome. You've done amazing, amazing work. We, as always, have a picture of the spread, and Goddess has given us a beautiful example of how Great Mother comes in and speaks to us specifically. When we look at the spread, we'll see 4 white cards at the bottom half of the 9-card spread, and the white cards are always the light side of the moon. And so above those are 5 dark cards, which are the dark side of the moon. If you have the deck and you go through the guidebook, you see that the definitions start from the dark side because we are letting go, we are grieving. And that's what you said that you're doing. Excuse me, you're realizing I am going through this grieving process. I'm letting go of all of this old stuff, this work, these associations that I've had that haven't been the most healthy, because where was I trained to have relationships? How was I trained to have them? That's what I did. That's what I created. And so there's this grieving that's happening, this resurrection that's happening in the divinity identity, and then all this light supporting it. This is going to be awesome for us to see this spread when we post it up, because all this light from the light side of the moon, which is all about returning to ourselves, returning to our light. And of course, it's a cycle. And so we go through all of these cycles all the time, and it's just a matter of us finding that peaceful place within where we don't waver so much to where we are unstable, and trauma destabilizes us, And so I see stability here with what Great Mother has come through and shared with us today. Thank you so much, Goddess. Is there anything else that you wanted to share with us before we go about your reading, or about your reaction and moving forward for you with this?
I feel like it really gave me, more clarity and comfort to kind of, I guess, go through this process. And I guess it feels kind of, yeah, and I also felt like I needed to hear like a time limit, like that a year and a half, like that feels, I don't know, it's like a comfort in knowing, because like I said, of that, this endless thing, it's, I don't know, I just see a hole, not like light at the end of the tunnel. It just feels, so that made me feel good.
Great. Awesome. That's, of course, based on the fact that this is a Scorpio lunar eclipse in the Vedic, and Scorpio is your 4th house of the mother. This is what she was coming through specifically to deal with you about with the solar eclipse in Scorpio in December. And these 2 gut chakra cards ruled by Mars, which rules Scorpio, at the end of the reading, giving us this full circle kind of moment here, because the center card, the heart chakra card ruled by Venus, rules Taurus. And that's where the sun just moved into in the Vedic. And so the soul coming through in Great Mother, giving us kind of those months. The sun is that 30-day. And we know that right now the reason why the eclipse is in Scorpio is because that's where Rahu is. And Rahu and Ketu, North Node, South Node, change every 18 months. And so they will be changing in about a year. And so you want to give yourself a year and a half. Yeah.
That gives me something to think about.
Hope it's not too much.
No. Like in a comforting way, because there's been a lot of things you brought up that really I feel deeply. So.
Well, I'm glad that it's reassuring and it is refocusing your energy so that you can release what that heaviness is I feel from you, and just let it go. Just let it go. Just let the heaviest parts of it go. It's kind of like shaking up a bottle of something that has sediment in it, and the heaviest parts fall at the bottom first, and just let it go. Just let it. It may feel like it's the hardest thing for you to do right now, but this reading is saying really it's the easiest. Your soul is detoxifying. And so the more you are in alignment with that, the more of what you really want in your life will come to you. I know that sounds trite, but that's what she has. And I'm glad that encouraged you, Goddess. Thank you so much. And I hope you have a fantastic week.
Yeah, thank you.
You're welcome. Thanks so much for listening. But above all and most of all, remember, Great Mother loves you, and I do too.
I am Great Mother, Holy Spirit, Yin, Divine Mother, Cosmic Womb, Deep Space, the Moon, Dark Matter, the Void, the Black Hole, Hathor, Isis, Diana, Mami Ishtar, Kali,